Booktube and welcome back to my channel, Sarah Aussie SFF. And I've been away for a little while. I had a bit of a hiatus. I had Easter and I just wasn't feeling it. So on the outside, I did a lot of reading. So let's go into my March wrap up. Here we go. So, of my TBR for March, I got 3 of my books that I said I wanted to read read, and that was the Illuminae Files, which I read early in the month. That was a 4 out of 5, so I can read the second and the third books that I've also got now. I also read Blue Lily Lily Blue, and that was amazing, and I'm currently reading The Raven King, the 4th book in the series. That was a 4 out of 5. I am still currently reading The Dragonbone Chair by Tad Williams. I think I'm 300 pages into that. It's like 900 pages. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Did not read Metal Fatigue and Masquerade, so they will probably go on to April's TBR. Spoiler alert. I discovered this month that my local library uses Libby for audiobooks as well as BorrowBot. I've been eating through my audiobooks with my headphones on while I'm doing everything I possibly can. In reverse order, I just finished Abhorsen, the 3rd or 4th book in the Abhorsen series by Gareth Nix. I've already put down to, because that was audiobook, to get the next one in the series because only one person can borrow them at one time. Oh, I love these books. They're so good. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, I finished. That was a 4 out of 5. That was a reread on my Kindle. Now I actually remember. The reason why I reread it was I didn't remember anything about this book. Now I do. I'm good. I read volume 2 of Bitch Planet and it's a 5 out of 5. I am absolutely loving the satire involved in these comics. They're amazing. I also listened to Ella Enchanted, which I had never ever read or listened to before, and it was done by a young girl, so it really worked quite well. So I really enjoyed that. That was 3 out of 5. It was good. It wasn't great. I think because I read it at the wrong age, like by 20 odd years. I read Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. That was a 3 out of 5 star read. I recommended it to one of my year 7s because she's always coming in with little graphic novels from the library, and it was just so cute, and I really liked some of the underlining themes to it. I also listened to, and now this cracked me up, Secondhand Souls by Christopher Moore, and it was a 5 out of 5. It was the second in the series and I haven't read the first, but it didn't seem to matter. Oh my god, hilarious. It's set in wherever the Golden Gate Bridge is, Seattle, I think. Aussie SFF. Yeah. It was set there, and basically all these people within the community, they get the tap on the shoulder and they become soul collectors, and they have to go to places of death and pick up people's souls that get merged into one of their personal items, and something's gone wrong and these souls are going missing. Absolutely cracked me up. The audiobook version was amazing. Wonderful theatrics to it. I read The Knight's Dominion, which was one of my Comic Bento graphic novels, where it was basically this introduction to a band of thieves being brought together to actually kind of do like a Robin Hood style thing, but in an Arabian style setting. I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was great. It was a 3 out of 5. That's Ted Nafia has drawn and written that one. I finally got to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That was a 3 out of 5. I again listened to Along Came a Spider by James Patterson. Now, I read a couple of these books in the Alex Cross series when I was in high school and absolutely loved them, so I'm actually going back to the start and going to listen to them in order. They feel like a bit of a holiday from my really cerebral type books. It might not sound like I read a lot of cerebral ones, but I do like a bit of crime mystery ones. So that was another 3 out of 5. A lot of 3 out of 5s or 5 out of 5s. I sort of go in between. Nothing terrible though. I also read Weird World Volume 0. That was amazing. It had dragons in it. I loved it. I've got to find the other ones in the series, and apparently it's another short run series, so of course I like something that's a short run series. Shocker. That was a 5 out of 5. In my search for audiobooks of a fantasy bent that I didn't have to wait for, I found Jacarus, which is the High Druid of Shannara by Terry Brooks series, but it's like number 15 in the series. I enjoyed it, but I'm going to go back to the start and listen to those. I've got some of them in my collection, but I don't have the originals. That was a 3 out of 5. I think I will enjoy it more once I come up having got all of the background about the Wish songs and all of. I also listened to, again with my crime fiction, the Mysterious Affair at Styles, the very first Hercule Poirot. Can't say that for quid. And that was a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed the introduction to that world and how the, Agatha Christie actually set him up in the first place. I also read Magic by Angie Sage, and that was a 5 out of 5. I so enjoyed that. Again, it had a dragon in it, and I'm going to be reading the rest of those because I actually own number 2, 3 and 4. Then we've got, let me tell you, something I read very recently. It came into my library at work and I went, I have dibs, so much dibs on that one, was The Hazelwood. Now, I'd like to say we get a bit ripped off here in Australia. We don't get this beautiful cover. We get this one. I was going to buy it myself if I could get this one, but we get this one. Not happy. Not happy Jan. And if you're Australian, you know what I mean by that. Not happy Jan. It seems to be a theme that I've noticed in Australia. We sometimes get the crappy cover. Cover aside, loved the book. Absolutely loved it. I'm not the first person on BookTube to be saying, oh my god, this book is amazing. But this book is amazing. It's apparently going to be a duology or a trilogy. I'm not sure how they're going to continue it, but I'm so keen. So very keen. And that is about that, which is actually a really good month for me. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 books, including my graphic novels. And I finished a couple of other ones during this month that I'd started in February. Pretty good month for me. Of course, it is my birthday month, so that's unsurprising. If any of these books are your favourites as well, or you want to ask me anything about them, if you want to read them, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and happy reading. Bye!